Now to talk about acting. This is extremely important. One of the major things you need to know about acting is that you never look at the camera. The camera, though it is your friend, can become your enemy, because by looking at the camera you are breaking the fourth wall, and that fourth wall distinguishes you from the audience and takes them out of the world that they live in. Don't overact, especially while on camera. Unlike the stage, overacting is not a good thing on camera because the camera tends to pick up a lot more than an audience would in a play. Overacting and overemphasizing your emotions tends to look, well, overdramatic and makes your acting look cheesy and fake. Your role as a director is vital and essential, and probably the hardest role on the entire crew. For you are not only in charge of yourself, as well as the actors, but directing everyone in your crew in order to make a good production. Movies are made in wides, mediums, and close-ups. You want to make sure that you always have your establishing shot, which is the shot that you're going to go back to in case anything happens with any of the other shots or you simply can't use them. Coverage. Coverage is extremely important because if you do not have enough coverage, then when you're editing the video, you might not have certain angles that you want to show, and you might miss out on certain opportunities in order to make your movie better. First, what you want to do is grab your master shot. That is going to be the base shot that shows the entire room and all the action as it's occurring. Then you want to go and grab your coverage of your close-ups, your medium close-ups, and any other artistic shot you want to grab. Lastly, the line of action, or as some like to call it, the 180 rule. This is a line, an imaginary line that you draw for yourself, that you never cross with the camera, because what this line signifies and what it does is it allows for continuity between different shots, as well as different cuts, that does not confuse the viewer. An example of this is when filming two or more people having a conversation. You want to draw your line in between them and keep the camera on one side, and especially when you're using your over-the-shoulder shots.
So say you have two actors. You have your line of action here, and you're only allowed to film on this side of the actor. So if you want to get an over-the-shoulder shot, you're going to shoot here, and then you're going to shoot here. You can shoot on either side of the actors if you want, but you have to establish which one you want. So if you want to shoot on this side of the actors, you make sure you don't cross this line. So you can only shoot on this side of this actor and this side of this actor. So if the actors are facing you and you want to get a shot from in front of them, you make sure you establish your line. So here's your line. You're going to shoot from the front and then from the sides. You never shoot from the back because it'll flip the actors and confuse the audience.